Hi, Master Mojo here. We are officially in the second month of 2026, February, Black History Month. And in honor of Black History Month, we're going to read a special book based on its origins and what African Americans had to go through. So, a little history lesson here. Africans were once living peacefully in Africa, but slave traders came to the continent. Portuguese, French, British, Spanish, all sorts of Europeans came near and captured Africans against their will and put them in slave ships. They brought them here to America and auctioned them off like how you auction cars to the highest bidder. And so, once they were sold off, families, sons, daughters were separated from their moms and dads, and they were never to be seen again. They were cut off forever. Once they were enslaved, they were put on plantations where they had to work hours picking cotton, tobacco, working in the houses, blacksmiths, anything that you can think of. Slaves were forced to do that. They would work in hot temperatures up to 100 degrees. If they didn't do the minimum work required, they would be beaten. They would be given 20 lashes from whips. Some would cut off their fingers if they were caught reading. And they would be punished for the very petty stuff. And that is what, blacks had to go through. But that was when they decided to take a stand. And our abundance of African Americans decided to escape. Being in here, it's like I can hear the screams of my ancestors being tortured, starved, suffering from sickness, dying, and a lot of them not knowing if they're going to survive. They have no idea where they're going and don't know if they'll ever make it back home, which they didn't. And this is one of the darkest parts of Black history and the history of America itself.
It's so dark down here. Hard to breathe. Some of us are sick. Some are dead. I miss my family and my village. My home is gone forever. Once this boat stops, I don't know where I'll be or where I'll be going.
When slaves finally decided to leave their plantations, they knew the only way to do it was through at night. But it was also very dangerous. They didn't know the paths, the routes were dark, and they had to escape through the forest. But this was the best way to do it because their slave owners would be asleep and they would be undetected. And their only guide was following the North Star. This star, on top of the song they sang, was their only guide to the north, where they can escape to Canada or the northern states and find freedom.
Being a slave meant you had no freedom to live as you wanted. You were owned by another person and forced to do the hardest, dirtiest work.
We go to them fields from sunup to sundown. Tired and thirsty, Sunday your one day of rest. Even then, you at the master's calling.
In spite of the hardships, enslaved Africans built new families, new communities. Traditions were kept alive. Children learned the stories, games, and dances of their people. And always, there was the music. Music was the language of their greatest joys and deepest sorrows.
Somebody's praying, Lord, come by here. Somebody's praying, Lord, come by here. Oh, Lord, come by here. Somebody needs you, Lord, come by here.
Many bore the burden of slavery. They survived and built their lives on the hope that someday their children would be free. But for others, the hope of someday being free was not enough.
I need to be free. They say up north, we can be free. How can I escape?
And escaping slaves sang a song about this, a song called Follow the Drinking Gourd. Follow the Drinking Gourd, an Underground Railroad story. A retelling by Carl Meister, illustrated by Robert Squeer. Peg-Leg Joe was a traveling man. He enjoyed hot, muggy nights walking down dirt roads. He enjoyed meeting new people, but most of all, he loved to sing. His favorite song was Follow the Drinking Gourd. He loved this song because it was a secret map that helped slaves in the South find freedom in the North. Peg-Leg Joe worked as he traveled from plantation to plantation in the South. Sometimes he built shelters. Sometimes he worked in the fields. But at night around the campfire, Joe sang Follow the Drinking Gourd to the slaves. When the sun comes back and the first quail calls, follow the drinking gourd. The old man is waiting to carry you to freedom. Follow the drinking gourd. Now Joe went on. We all know that quails make mating calls in the spring. Days get longer in the spring. This should tell you when to escape. Spring is best. Peg-Leg Joe pointed to the night sky. Follow the drinking gourd. Follow the drinking gourd. The old man is waiting to carry you to freedom if you follow the drinking gourd. See that big dipper in the sky? Joe asked. That's the drinking gourd. See that really big bright star directly above it? That star points north. The slaves knew what north meant. Freedom. The riverbank will make a mighty good road. The dead trees show you the way. Left foot, peg foot, traveling on follow the drinking gourd. Listen up, Joe said. This is important. The first river in the song is the Toboggy River. Follow that waterway. The water will help you hide your scent. Slave catchers and their dogs can't track you in the water. Joe picked up a stick. He drew in the dirt and said, I mark dead trees on the path like this. He made a picture of a left footprint next to a circle. He tapped his wooden leg and chuckled. The circle is my peg leg. The river ends between two hills. Follow the drinking gourd. There's another river on the other side. Follow the drinking gourd. When the Tombigbee River ends, Joe said, you will see a mountain. From a distance, it looks like two hills. The river starting there is the Tennessee River. Stick to the left side of that river. It points north. Peg-Leg Joe knew this was a lot of information to remember, so he quizzed the people about what the words meant. Who is the old man? Joe asked. He's you, a child said. He's a preacher, one woman answered. I know, a man said. He's a Quaker. Joe smiled. All of you are right. There will be many helpers along the way. Where the great big river meets the little river, follow the drinking gourd. The old man is waiting to carry you to freedom if you follow the drinking gourd. The rivers in this part of the song are the Ohio River and the Tennessee River. The two rivers meet in Paducah, Kentucky. Paducah is near Kentucky's border with Illinois. Do you know what is in Illinois? Pegleg Joe asked. At this point, it got quiet around the campfire. Faces glowed, some people laughed, some cried, but they all whispered the same thing: freedom. Slavery is painful to remember, but in one of the most difficult times in our nation's history, brave people, both black and white, risked their lives to end something because it was wrong. And from that terrible time came an important part of the legacy of African American culture: courageous heroes, inspiring songs, and unforgettable stories that all Americans can share. I'll catch you next time.